Hello everybody and welcome back to Starfield. In the last episode, we just cleared through the area of Londinian. This place was completely taken over by terramorphs and we found some very interesting things here. And we are about to go question somebody who was presumed to be dead for a long time by their own people, even his own daughter. And, well, that didn't turn out to be the case. Now, I gotta say, I really love this place. I mean, it just looks great. I am a Winter enjoyer. I know I talked about this in my Mass Effect series. I just really love Winter.
Huh? Not bad.
So this entire place is like a frozen hellscape, and that's really my vibe. I like it. Who are you? Why are you standing out here?
Do keep in mind our status on this world. Outside these walls, there be dragons.
I don't think so. I don't think I have anything else left to do here. Maybe I could come back at some point and explore the world at large. That is something I'd be open to doing. But now, let's go back and finish our mission. And this game is a lot more polished. And I know I've been saying that even though I have encountered bugs during this playthrough, but it is genuinely a lot more polished than it was back at the release when I originally played it.
I think I prefer the wild planets to this city. At least there, the predators are easier to spot.
Are they really though? But generally, yes, I do have the impression that the general gameplay and everything is just a lot smoother. Here I am on my ultra settings. You can see my 76 FPS in the corner there that I forgot to turn off because I'm great at video games. But at least it gives you an idea of what we're playing with. I don't have the best PC ever, but I do have a good one. So, with that in mind, that kind of frame counter in these conditions is very good. If you had a better PC than me, well, you'd be ahead of me. Well, I don't want to run out of that, so let's see what I can get rid of that with. These status effects are a little bit annoying. Usually it's stuff you can just cure with whatever you have on you, but, you know, it's something I have to pay attention to, and I don't like paying attention. Sometimes I like to be a little stupid and just enjoy my game, you know? Not all the time, but most of the time. If I wanted to think about what I was playing, I'd go play Elden Ring or something. Let me know if you want to see that on the channel. I've never played a Dark Souls game in my life. I do own Elden Ring and a few of the Dark Souls games, because you know how Steam is. You see something on sale and you just pick it up because, hey, you might play it sometime.
There's something we need to discuss.
I don't care what you want. Why did I come all the way up here? I need to go to that marker and I just idle NPC ran all the way over there. Too busy yapping, you know? Anyway, let's go down here. And let's go talk to our hidden friend. Alright, let's go get him. Our secret friend down here.
Authorized personnel only. Your friend has to stay here.
Okay, I'll come back for you. So I'm gonna leave the doors open, so if you just want to take a peek or, you know, listen, you might be able to hear something. Also, something I'm thinking about is, how good is that security guard? What's he gonna do in that little box, you know? Alright, figured out your game.
Well, what a pleasant surprise. When I heard you and Hadrian were headed for Londinian of all places, I presumed you must be onto something big. Did you find what you were looking for?
Oh yeah, we found everything.
Good news then. So, what exactly are you doing here? Plenty still to be done in defeating the terramorphs, no?
See, we know that you did this because you have it recorded. And you're the only person, supposedly, that knows of this.
Did you? Well, I don't know what you think you heard on this recording, but I sincerely hope you didn't come to the wrong conclusions. After all, given the Cabinet's current state of anxiety, they might misinterpret such a discovery to mean I could have been involved with the attacks. Perhaps I can convince you to keep this among us.
Maybe you should tell me what I found.
Of course. Do I look like I'm in any position to do what you're describing? So I'd very much appreciate your agreement to not share what you found. We wouldn't want anyone else jumping to conclusions now, would we?
So, I want to know the truth. And there's nothing you can do about it because you're stuck in a box. I just want to know the truth. Just tell me, buddy.
You want to hear the words, then? I did it. The Terramorph attacks on Tau Ceti, New Atlantis, my doing. Years of coordination between my associate and I, figuring out how to deploy the Lazarus plant's pollen outside of Londinian, learning to synthesize it, use it as a weapon. Now, being as clever as you are, I'm sure you have thoughts on why I might do such a thing.
So you've been working with somebody. You want to tell me who that is, or are you gonna be smug about it?
All in due time. First, I want to see if you're truly as astute as you appear. So why would someone like me go through all this trouble?
Well, you did get imprisoned by the UC, and that's probably personal to you. Yeah, maybe I would say that.
Not a bad thought. But no, the attacks were a correction. When I discovered the plant, I did consider handing over what I'd found, but we were at war. And I couldn't risk information that dangerous falling into the wrong hands. So I ordered the bombing of the Londinian spaceport, fixing two problems at once: halting the spread of the city's Terramorph outbreak, and sealing away knowledge of the plant's potential.
That is a pretty interesting scenario, because we know that xenomorph weapons were basically used in the war that predates this game. So, you didn't even trust your own people. That's kind of what he's telling us here.
These were the final days of the colony war, Captain. The Freestar Collective had spies everywhere. I was concerned that if word got out, the Collective could swoop down, start breeding Lazarus plants, and overrun our worlds with waves of Terramorphs. Just like what was happening on Londinian at that very moment. Sealing off the city to prevent mass death, it was the only option that made sense at the time.
Yeah, I kind of agree that it should have been handed over, but he also took years to do this outside of the city. This is... I'm kind of the good guy here, so I'm gonna say he should have handed it over.
It's easy to judge now. In that moment, I wasn't about to add another dangerous variable to an already catastrophic war. But then, as the war ended, my trial, my execution, I made a decision. After all, I'd given everything for the colonies. My life as I knew it included. And what did I get in return? Was there any effort by the UC to protect my legacy? My daughter's legacy? No. We were sacrificed when all we did was serve. So I kept what I'd learned and arranged the attacks to set things right again. My daughter, she becomes a hero. I become a trusted advisor, having found Kaiser, the research team, and cement my new position of influence when I hand them the name of the person responsible for the attack on New Atlantis. The dear departed Dr. Reginald Orlays, the associate who aided me all these years, and whom I always slated to take the fall. What luck he was stopped dead before he could hurt anyone else. His decades on the run brought to an end by another unlikely hero. You.
So, he just made us murder some other guy who was his associate. This happened in a past episode. And he's behind all these terramorph attacks that we've been cleaning up. So, he's done all of this from inside the cell. And admittedly, it did make his daughter a hero. I mean, she stopped all these attacks. She's researching how to stop the attacks. It made me a hero because I stopped the attack on New Atlantis. And his big thing here is he wants to get a jail card. He gave us all this information.
You have my undivided attention.
He made everything turn just as he wanted it. But he's still responsible for the attacks. That leaves us in the moral dilemma of, do we help him, even though he's evil, because he did genuinely help us? Or do we condemn him for what he did? So, why do you care if they want you an advisor after you did all this, basically to slight them?
Why would I want to be in the good graces of the people who control my very life? I don't know, Captain. Maybe I still dream of a life outside these walls someday. A new face would be needed, of course, but it wasn't an impossibility. Though now, I'm not so sure.
I really want to know how you've done all this in here, especially if this guy was like a rogue.
It wasn't easy. But the beauty of being loathed is that people will do whatever they can not to deal with you. They wanted to pretend I didn't exist. And so I used their blind eye to my advantage. Still, establishing a back channel to Orlays via the UC recovery teams was painstaking work. I've led campaigns less nerve-wracking. They believed they were luring in wanted criminals, but were in fact delivering precisely encoded slates, filled with instructions invisible to any but their recipient, dropped off at just the right moments to fall into the proper hands. All without the UC realizing whom they were actually dealing with. Slow work. But as you can see, ultimately effective.
Yeah, we already know who Orlays is because we had to kill him. But, so, we can call him sick, or we can say he thinks he's very clever.
Captain, please. You've benefited here as much as I have. Maybe more. It's why I had Orlays reprogram Kaiser. Had that old machine guide you to where I found the plant all those years ago. I went to great lengths to ensure your and Hadrian's success. And look at the results. I know for a fact the Cabinet's planning to honor both you and Hadrian once this is all done. Isn't that preferable to languishing away in obscurity? Running jobs on the tail end of nowhere for the Vanguard? With only the vague hopes of perhaps earning the right to buy a home in the well someday.
Yeah, that's pretty honest. They're honoring me for cleaning up your mess.
You're being honored only because I I arrange the situations where it could happen. Be grateful. And let's not forget the importance of our actual endgame. Eliminating the terramorphs. Securing knowledge of the Lazarus plant. What we've set in motion is going to protect thousands, maybe millions of lives. I'm simply requesting one more life be protected. Mine. I've already sent along the evidence of Orleza's role in the attacks to the cabinet, leaving out my own involvement. All I ask is that you confirm as much to the cabinet. Tell them that it was Orlez and Orlez alone. After all, I do still have a long list of threats to the UC. This needn't be the end of our good works together.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what I'm going to tell the cabinet at this point in time. I think I'm going to have to hear what they're going to ask me and, see what happens there.
Well, I do hope you'll keep the larger perspective in mind, Captain. We've done something great here. Let's not squander the opportunity to do more.
That is interesting. I really don't know. In my first playthrough, I went and read him out because obviously, even though he is helping now, he's made a bunch of terrible decisions.
Your friend has to stay here.
And he has to pay some sort of cost for those decisions. And what you have to think about now is he's been in that cell. He was spared an execution that he was supposed to have. And ultimately, it's just, has he paid enough, or is he also, what do you want to say, responsible for dealing with the consequences of the attacks, even though you cleaned them up and the casualties were not completely minimal, but definitely down. I really want to think about this before I walk in there and talk to them. Maybe we'll just look around here and
Yes? What?
poke around for a second. Anything I can steal from you? No, you have a nice office. So this is a big problem that we have here. We've been deciding in our previous missions how we want to clean this up. And, well, I think this could be the one episode and the one place I might save him, because as the United Colonies native and somebody who's going to be a citizen, I think it might just be more important to save such a big asset to your civilization. He's incredibly evil. He's done terrible things, and reporting him would be the best option. But as somebody who wants to fully serve the UC and contemplate that way of life, that we would always be in the colonies and always a citizen, I think that might be the best, because he's still, his brain is still in motion.
Perfect timing. We just got in. So on our end, good news. The microbe and the acyles are both as effective against heat leeches as they are against terramorphs.
Means either plan should work for clearing those critters off our worlds.
Considering what the Lazarus plant is capable of, I don't think we can deal with those things fast enough. I already sent along info to the cabinet to get them up to speed. So what about your end? Did you find anything? Did my father tell you what he knew about the Lazarus plant?
Do I lie to her? This is a real big decision for me. Should I lie to her? I don't like telling lies, especially in my good guy gameplay. Despite all the murdering and stealing and all the terrible things I've done, I consider my character to be a good guy. Oh. You know, I think it might be better to lie.
Captain? Captain, please, go on.
Sorry, I'm monologuing. My guy's just staring at you, though. Just a creepy stare.
Orlays? Reginald Orlays? He did this? I didn't think he was still alive. You're sure it was him?
You knew him?
Oh, yeah. Both worked for UC Defense Research way back when. Different departments, but everyone knew Orlays. Had a mean eye for weapons tech. And a meaner temper. Wasn't exactly a surprise when he fled instead of standing trial after the Colony War. But finding out he's taken up mass murder in the years since, that is a shock. You're sure about this?
Yeah.
If he is responsible, let us hope the cabinet deals with it swiftly and harshly.
That's some impressive work. So then give us the rundown. Where's Orlays now? Were you able to bring him in?
Well, yeah. We were on a mission to bring him in, and yeah, I did kill him.
Huh, I see. Wish we could have questioned him, but... well, there's nothing we can do at this point. Any idea why he might have done it? Or what he was doing with the plant?
Yeah, I don't think... I think saying he thought he was doing the right thing is probably it. I'm gonna have to have some story, of course, so I think this might be the right one.
Another madman justifying butchery. Well, at least he won't be able to hurt anybody else now. Might be the best we could ask for, given the circumstances. So I guess there's nothing else to do but get this all in front of the cabinet. Unless there were other things we needed to discuss. This might be our last opportunity to talk things through before the cabinet weighs in on a decision regarding the terramorphs.
So, I've decided already I want to bring back the Asiles. I do prefer that playstyle. I did that before. I'm gonna keep voting for that option. I like it. And, well, I didn't lie to her too much. I did lie somewhat. So, I'm gonna say I'm still a little bit morally good towards morally gray here.
And here we go.
I can't say I'm fully evil because I've still done these things that are helping the UC. And everybody else at that. I mean, if this spread beyond the UC, it would be a galactic problem.
Welcome back, all of you. I wish we were meeting under better circumstances. But according to Hadrian's report, and the second one I just received, it seems the Terramorph attack on New Atlantis was no random occurrence, but a planned strike. Is what I'm reading here true?
That's correct. It was deliberate.
My God.
An attack? Using terramorphs? How is that possible?
You will all receive a full briefing once we're done here. So then, is what the second report claims correct? Did Reginald Orlays commit these attacks, Captain?
Yeah, it was him. Technically, and this is a big technicality, and a terrible one at that, while the attacks were planned by Victus in the basement there, he didn't technically physically do the work. It's more of a thought and instructed crime but he didn't actually do it. And I'm making a defense for this already while I'm lying. Great.
That appears to be the case, ma'am. The captain tracked that information down just after our trip to Londinian.
Reginald Olace? Wasn't there a report he'd been killed recently?
Body was found floating around Etheria. Report mentioned you were sent to try and bring him in, Captain. I guess that didn't go according to plan.
Ah, yes. I was told about your mission and who ordered it. Did you two suspect at the time Orlays might have been involved in the attacks?
No, we didn't know he was behind that, but we knew he was a criminal.
Well, it appears you were ahead of the curve. This report contains definitive evidence Orlays triggered the attacks via this Lazarus plant the captain and Major Sanan uncovered.
Simply harrowing.
Indeed. Though it would have been preferable for him to have finally faced the UC's justice. It seems both of you are to be commended for ensuring he was dealt with before he could strike again. You have our thanks. Now, with our villain unmasked, we can attend to the other matters at hand. With the threads you've brought together here, the Lazarus plant, the attacks, the heat leeches, the three of you have likely spared thousands of lives. But it now falls to the cabinet to ensure this can never happen again. As such, the cabinet will be securing the Lazarus plant on Londinian. All materials related to the plant will be classified to ensure no one else learns its true nature.
A sound decision, Madam President.
Yeah, I suppose, what sort of measures are going to be protecting this?
Well, luckily the natural hostility of Londinian makes keeping out trespassers relatively easy. But we'll ensure its growth is contained, that access to the plant is only permitted via highly regulated clearances, and that our troop presence on Londinian is increased.
Okay, well, I believe that might be the right call. But it could also be good to secure the plant with everybody, so nobody can use it.
I'm glad you think so. So then, to our final topic. The cabinet has agreed to implement a plan that will deal with the Terramorph, and now also Heat Leech presence on human worlds. In fact, we've already begun enacting measures to check all UC ports and settlements for undiscovered nests. But we all understand this is only a partial solution. The project we're embarking on will be a long and difficult one. So our first step must be deciding how exactly this all will be handled.
Madam President, this microbe is clearly too much of a risk. The Aseles are the safer approach.
To someone with limited knowledge of biology, perhaps? The technology behind the microbe is solved science, Madam President. It isn't dangerous. Using it to wipe out the Terramorphs would be the quickest path to protecting humanity.
And fast results always lead to the best outcomes, don't they?
As you can see, there remains debate among the cabinet. We were hoping your group might issue a recommendation. Major?
We've had a few discussions, but our group is similarly split. Only the captain has yet to weigh in.
I see. Captain, I know this may not be your area of expertise, but we'd like to know your take on the matter.
Well, my take is we're going to go with the safe route, and we're going to go with the Aseles. Besides, they have other uses, just besides, killing all these Terramorphs.
I'm in full agreement. No need be delving into unpredictable sciences.
The first step in a bold new future.
Bolder, better, and brighter. Well, I need to write that one down for later.
Order, please. And Major Sanan? Dr. Walker, you'd find this acceptable?
We trust the captain's judgment.
Then the matter is settled. We'll begin the process immediately. Today marks day one for the United Colonies Terramorph Management Division. making you three the founding members of the TMD. As befits such a group, the Cabinet wanted to display its gratitude. Today, we will be adding 3 new Class 1 citizens to our ranks.
Class 1? For the 3 of us? Are you joking?
What he means to say is, thank you, ma'am.
Oh, yeah. Thank you, ma'am.
Well, thank you.
You all have earned it. Now, there's much to be done. Major Sanan, Dr. Walker, I hope you two are willing to continue your efforts spearheading the TMD's research on Mars.
We'd be honored, ma'am.
As for you, Captain, the Vanguard will be providing much of the on-the-ground support for the TMD. As a member of both the Vanguard and the TMD, I believe you'll have your pick of duties. Speak to your commander, Tuala, if I recall correctly. He should be able to provide you with assignments going forward, plus help you collect the benefits that come with being named Class 1. On behalf of the whole of the United Colonies, you have our sincerest gratitude. This meeting is adjourned.
Well, that went very well.
Sergeant Yumi's looking for reliable people to help the Guard. Contact him if you're interested. We'd all appreciate it.
We did lie quite a bit. Doesn't seem to have any terrible output, though. I mean, this is a Bethesda game, so your worst qualities, your worst decisions, not really going to impact the game all that much. They're more of moral dilemmas on what would happen, you know?
Hey. Been looking for you.
But let's go talk to our commander. Sounds like we get some extra bonuses for our new citizenship here. And I believe I just have enough money to go pay off my loan. Hey, boss.
Well, I've got to say, this is a first. I've never had a Class 1 citizen in my ranks before. Congratulations, Captain.
Thank you.
No need to thank me. You brought this on yourself. I've already gone ahead and processed your Class 1 benefits. All UC goods and services should now have a thanks for protecting the colonies discount. And the credits should be in your account now. But to get into your penthouse, you'll have to pay a visit to the Affilion Realty office. They should be able to grant you access.
Wait, do I get a penthouse? Free? I don't remember that. I remember having to pay for it.
Higher-ups wanted to make sure you know how much But with all that squared, it's time to get you a new assignment. There are your standard Vanguard missions, putting those pilot skills to use defending UC space. Or you could help the TMD in cleaning up terramorphs. Oh, and I got a request from Dr. Walker. Wanted your help collecting biological samples to keep an eye out for any, new alien threats on the horizon. Any of those missions call to you?
Well, I want to fight more terramorphs, even though I'm not really going to do that immediately.
Any chance to bag some bugs, right? Well, I can provide. Let me just check my logs. Okay, these coordinates should get you to your first target. There. These missions are straightforward. Proceed to the location, kill the critter before it can do any more harm. Just be smart out there. Don't want you getting banged up too bad on your first hunt. Super et Ultra, Captain.
Oh, yeah. Alright, let's go check out our,
You know, I went to chef school? This ain't exactly where I saw myself.
Don't care. Let's go see if we can pay off our house first. I do love this little boost. I do a lot of parkour with it. I'm sure you've seen already. If I can, you know, I don't have to run all the way over there. I can just go zip, and then zip.
Can we run through it one more time?
Alright, I want to pay off
Good luck
my
out
loan.
there. Together we can really make a difference. Certainly. So there are 2 ways to take care of a loan. One's easy. The other option, less ideal, is just...
Alright, let's just pay it off.
Everything is in order. Excellent. let me be the first to congratulate you on owning your house fully. No more mortgage payments for you. I have to finalize the paperwork, but I wish you all the best.
Awesome. Building materials added.
I feel.
All right. Now, if I remember, my house is over here. Not a house, but the place to get my other house. My penthouse. That building right there, I think. Yep. Alright. Give me a house.
Never a better time than right now to settle down and make New Atlantis home. If you're a citizen, of course.
Are you running away?
Well, if it isn't the United Colonies' newest Class 1 citizen, you've made quite a name for yourself in New Atlantis. In fact, the higher-ups want to thank you for your dedicated service by giving you one of the nicest pieces of real estate in the city. It's a premium penthouse at the top of Mercury Tower. Best location in New Atlantis, in my professional opinion. What do you say? It'll just take a second to get you registered as the owner.
Wait, so I just get it for free?
Great! You're in for a real treat. It's one of my favorite apartments in the city. Okay, you're all set. Your new home's located in Mercury Tower in the residential district. You'll love the place. It has a gorgeous floor plan and an unbeatable view of the city. Now that you're an owner, I'm sure I'll be seeing you around town.
What? So I just got it for free? I have had this house before, but I could have swore back then you had to pay for it. So maybe that's different.
Hey,
I don't know.
I need to
Maybe
talk
I'd
with
have to
you.
go back and look at it. I'm pretty sure I still have my old save game here, so sometime I might go and take a peek at that and see if I ever had to buy it. But this save is going incredibly well. I'm getting a little bit low FPS here, but meh. Doesn't feel broken, you know? Must have just walked into a bad area. I wonder if I can go back to my parents now and, you know, talk about how I'm doing on my adventure. Not this place. It's a gun store. I could go in here. I probably should. Oh, hey.
I have mixed feelings about it. But sales are up significantly since what happened at the spaceport. People want to feel safe. Welcome to Centurion Arsenal. It is my absolute pleasure to assist you with any purchases or questions you may have. All sales are final, but that won't matter because you will undoubtedly be pleased with your purchase. You have my word.
I don't care about your word.
Only the finest collection of armaments in the settled systems.
If that's a lie, I'm gonna shoot you on the spot. That looks kind of good, actually. Naval Cutlass. Very weak compared to the one I have, but oh well. I think I just accidentally bought something. I'm gonna see what I can get rid of here because some of this stuff I just don't need anymore. I really want to keep this, but I don't have enough ammo for it in the slightest. You know, I should probably get rid of this. Where's the other one I got? This. Get rid of you. This is ridiculous. I'm never going to use that. Get rid of one of those. Probably not going to use you ever, so... Gone. Your damage is very small, but... I think that's where we'll leave that at for now. And I still have 45,000 credits. After paying off my loan. So far so good. We're up money. I can still support my family. Alright. Mercury Tower. Let's go check out our penthouse. Alright, here we are. A walk-in closet or something? That's a window. Kitchen, very cool. I'm assuming this is supposed to be like a pantry. Nice big bathroom. I can't use my own damn shower. What's with this game and not letting me in the shower? I don't care if I can turn it on, but why can't I go in? Assuming this is supposed to be the bedroom. You have like a balcony out here. I'm gonna jump off of this. I'm fully just explaining that now. It's gonna happen. That's the toilet. Little closet, washer, no dryer? Okay. Another little bedroom. Okay. I don't know who would be in the second bedroom, but... Alright. Nice little penthouse, yeah. I'm gonna go close my door. And I'm gonna jump off the balcony. Alright. Close my door. And... yeet. Yeet. Huh. That hurt. I was expecting something. Not sure what, but not just safety. I didn't really take any damage from that. I think this was the building my parents are in. Family apartments. Are they here? Why did she do that? I'm just starting to think she doesn't want to be seen with me. Get her in the elevator and she just takes off. Hey.
Sweetie, I was just thinking of you. You never knew your gran, but she's about the only one like you in my whole family tree. Left home at an early age. Well, ran away, really. Became a UC Marine, if you can believe it.
Okay. Yeah, that's pretty serious.
You would know better than I. I only met Grandma a few times. Oh, she was fierce. I swear. Her eyes almost glowed. Every time I saw her, she'd drill me on math. If I got her questions correct, she'd give me a treat. Once, I got them all right and answered her bonus question, and she smiled. The only time I ever saw her do that. Most formidable woman I have ever met.
I think I would have liked her.
I don't know why, but I really think you would. Well, I was going through storage, and I found her old armor. I think she'd like you to have it. You have that same thing. You're forging your own path, not just letting life toss you this way and that.
Yeah. I'll take good care of it. Yeah.
You deserve it, sweetie. Oh, enough of this. I don't want to make a scene. You need anything, sweetie?
Oh. What are you doing these days? Oh, I got a helmet.
Talking with you has made my day.
Talk to Dad.
I'm being serious.
That Aquila City bank robbery story on SSNN. That was you, right?
Yeah.
Of course it was. Oh, I was so proud. My child on the news.
I nearly dropped my drink. You were dealing with bank robbers?
Yeah, I talked him down.
You always did have a silver tongue.
As soon as I saw that story, I talked with Linda. You know Mrs. Ming across the hall, and she didn't believe me.
I swear our friends think we're making you up. I almost want you to show up in your finest constellation outfit at poker night, just so I can show them.
Yeah, it's great.
What I would give... I'm just joking. But next time, let us know you got a story coming on.
Might save your dad from having a heart attack.
Okay, this is wholesome. Okay, I like this. This can continue. I will check in with them now and then during the playthrough. I thought they would have had something more to say about the entire Terramorph thing, but maybe not yet. Maybe it takes a little while. Who knows? So, I have to wonder, are they like Class 1 citizens too, or are they just regular citizens? Well, either way, go... what should we do? I think we should do this. The deep cover gets into the Crimson Fleet. I did say I was going to do that next. So I think we'll finish
It is good
this
to be
first
back in our own
introductory
ship.
mission, and then we'll end the episode there and pick up with the next one. I think the stuff regarding the Crimson Fleet was probably one of my favorite missions in Starfield. The way I could describe it is it was a very in-depth. You had a lot of choices to make, and the choices actually felt like they had impact. Versus in the missions where we just did, where I could lie to people, but it didn't really make a huge difference, you know?
Welcome aboard the UC Vigilance. Did you have any questions before I escort you to the commander?
Oh. Is there anything I should know about the commander?
Yeah, listen to him carefully. The commander's a one-and-done kind of officer. In other words, he hates to repeat himself. Other than that, just observe standard military decorum, and it should keep you from serving any time on the ship's cleaning detail.
Okay, fair enough.
Understood? If you'd follow me, please. So, you're the vanguard that took down that Terramorph on Tau City. You've made quite an impression around here. Everyone upstairs is talking about it.
Okay, hello.
That must have been one hell of a firefight. I almost regret missing out on all the fun. Of course, we don't normally see that kind of action on the Vigilance, but we have our moments. All right, Vanguard. Take the lift up to Ops. Commander Akande should be waiting for you. Good luck.
Man, I don't even get a salute. That's crazy. I get my Commander Shepard in here and give me a salute.
Excuse me.
I should have named my characters John Shepard. Oh well.
Howdy.
You are the commander. Why
I
are you
believe
looking?
we have something important to discuss.
Yes.
Ah, there you are. Commander Kibwe Kande, UC Sysdef. Glad to have you aboard. I was beginning to think you were having second thoughts about Commander Tuala's offer.
Nope, I'm here to do my part.
Excellent. Then let's get right to it, shall we? This is the operations center of the UC Vigilance. Sysdef's nerve center, dedicated to the destruction of the Crimson Fleet.
Okay. So, we know what the Crimson Fleet is already. We know where it is because we're already here. I don't know why this is even an option. Like, is our character stupid? Where is the Vigilance? We flew our ship right up to it to dock. How did we have to explain this? Oh my god. So, yeah, we're gonna need more than one ship, though.
Which is precisely why we're taking a more clandestine approach. We need eyes and ears inside the Crimson Fleet. Someone who can feed us information, evidence, and expose their weaknesses. The catch is that you can't just knock on their front door and ask for an application. Getting inside is going to take some finesse.
Well, great. I can talk them into anything.
Good. I have just the right place for you to start. Our intelligence has managed to find a possible opening into the Crimson Fleet through Saoirse Bowden, one of their contacts. She works for the Trade Authority in Sidonia, so you'll be using a container of Aurora we've loaded on your ship to get her attention.
Okay, so how is this gonna work?
That's classified.
Okay.
Suffice to say that the smuggler who was previously holding it will be spending the rest of their life in prison.
Fair enough. So, what's the, maybe it's simple enough.
You'd better hope so. Saoirse won't be easy to dupe. Once you bluff your way into the Crimson Fleet, then the operation proceeds to evidence gathering. That's where my second-in-command, Lieutenant Gillian Toft, comes into the picture. She'll explain everything you need to know.
Alright. So, yeah. You have a lot of confidence in me. I'm just some Randy.
If I didn't have confidence in your abilities, I would have told Commander Tuala to send someone else. Remember, this entire operation rests on your ability to infiltrate the Crimson Fleet and bring us the evidence we need to take them down.
Alright, I'll do my best.
I wouldn't expect any less. Look, before you begin, I want to make something perfectly clear. As an undercover operative for UC Sysdef, you'll be expected to follow our code of conduct and ethics. Allow yourself to stray too far off the path, and you stand a good chance of spiraling out of control.
Alright, so can you explain them?
To put it simply, you can't go into every situation with guns blazing. Think before you act. Calculate what you're doing and pull the trigger only when it's absolutely necessary. At the end of the day, your primary goal is taking down the Crimson Fleet. That's the greater good.
Alright. I can stay the course. I guarantee I can do that. There may be a little bit of murder, but I'll limit it.
That's what I wanted to hear. Anyway, it's time to hand you over to Lieutenant Toft. She'll brief you about the details of the evidence-gathering portion of the operation. Now, get out of here, and good luck.
All right.
You have your orders.
Yes?
All right. We don't have a lot of time, so I need you to listen up. While you're working undercover, it's imperative that you gather as much evidence as possible. If you find any records that look suspicious or incriminating, you bring it to me. Is that understood?
Yeah, that's pretty simple.
Well, you better. Commander Akande's entire operation is resting on your shoulders. I want data slates, computer downloads, handwritten notes. Hell, I'll take anything if it'll get those bastards thrown into the brig.
All right.
For the sake of the settled systems, I hope you're right. That minor skirmish you had with them on Vectera was nothing compared to the death and destruction those pirates leave behind. If you've seen what I've seen, you'd understand why I'm pushing you so hard.
I'll bring you as much evidence as I can find.
That's all we're asking. Oh, before you go, there's one more thing. Commander Akande has authorized a credit disbursement for each piece of evidence that you return, as compensation for your efforts.
That's very generous. I love money.
It's not generous, it's motivational. Commander Akande's idea. All right, we've loaded a container of Aurora into your ship's cargo hold. We're also providing you with a sample you can use to tease the goods. We've cleared your ship for launch. Proceed to Sidonia. Make contact with Saoirse Bowden, and with any luck, she'll point you to the Crimson Fleet. That should do it. You're dismissed. We'll be here if you need us.
So, I had to just think about this, because I haven't been thinking about this. The commander's voice sounded like something I've heard before. And you know, voice actors are often shared through a lot of games. Commander Akande, wherever the hell he went, was the same guy who voiced Javik in Mass Effect 3. Now, in my Mass Effect series, we're a long way from meeting him, but I knew I recognized the voice from somewhere, so I thought that was pretty cool.
If you need any more information, you should ask before you depart the Vigilance.
Where did he go? That's what I'm curious. Where did he go? He was also in Mortal Kombat. He was Shao Kahn. Like, Mortal Kombat 11, I should state. But yeah, I mean, I knew I recognized the voice from somewhere, and that's great. There's a lot of those people that get into multiple games and do multiple different voice acting roles, and I love it. It's great. Now, we're the good guys here, so we're gonna stay on the UC side no matter what. That's a gun. Who are you?
Mole.
Not very nice. I guess I am a mole, but yeesh. You really have to talk to me like that?
Immediately, or are there other matters that require your attention?
I suppose if you want to talk, I can talk to you right now.
Can we speak for a moment?
Yeah, why not?
Hey there.
Hey, Chief.
Good to see you.
Hey, everybody's at work. Hey, what's up? Yes.
It is a relief to know that the terramorphs are being dealt with. But are you sure this Asilis creature is the right way to do it?
I think so. It's slow and steady, but it's natural. We're not releasing something new that could mutate or freak out. It's something that was here and didn't fully go extinct, I guess, but we're bringing it back, and it's just natural. I think that's the best way we can do this.
I can understand that line of thinking, but even when talking about a species like the terramorph, this decision means the terramorphs will remain a threat for years to come, if not longer. And that is assuming it works at all.
I still think I made the right call.
I appreciate your conviction. I suppose time will tell. And I must say, I find it curious that you would agree keeping the Lazarus plant around is a good idea. It seems an additional, unnecessary risk.
It might be useful for something in the future, and if it is, then at least we have the option to use it for good.
I do not think some potential future use outweighs the risk it poses now. I find it even more concerning that the United Colonies will keep this information secret. They have enough power already. They do not need this in their arsenal. Well, it is good to know that this particular threat is behind us, and you have done a service to all who live in the settled systems.
Well, I don't think she's greatly happy with how I decided everything, but, you know, I'm the UC guy in this playthrough, so I have to do it that way. Alright, let's go find our person. Back to Mars.
I always wondered what it would be like to see these famed red devils in combat.
This is something I've talked about before in my other videos as well. And I don't think this necessarily relates to just Starfield and this human sci-fi genre, but imagine what's out there waiting for us. I mean, maybe there's not anything wild on Mars. Maybe we'll just build a silly colony like this. But how cool would that be? I mean, if you live here all your life, you probably wouldn't be anything different than living on Earth to you. But imagine the first person that could even be in our lifetime that's gonna go and colonize another world. That's crazy. You, talk to me.
If you're here to buy or sell, you might want to talk to Octai. I'm busy. Wouldn't be the first time I've heard that line. Oh, don't give me that look. I'm just having a laugh. What have you got for me? Aurora, huh? Nice. A little too hot to handle, though. What else you got?
If the Trade Authority is not interested, that says a great deal.
Well, if you can't handle it, point me to somebody who can.
All I'm going to point at is the ceiling, with my middle finger. Get that stuff out of here before UC security catches on. Of course, if there's a finder's fee you're offering, I might, well, bend the rules a little bit.
Oh, I suppose you could have this 1,000 credits, and I won't hurt you.
You know, it's funny. Suddenly, I do remember someone who might be able to unload that stuff for you.
Just demand the extra credits up front next time. These games are juvenile and tiresome.
There's a buddy of mine who runs with the Crimson Fleet. Goes by the name Adler Kemp. If he isn't passed out, you can find him killing the rest of his brain cells at the Broken Spear. Oh, and it's been a pleasure doing business with you.
Hello.
Are you saying hello now? Yeah, Bethesda AI. It's never gonna change. It has upgraded a bit in Starfield.
It's my personal savior. Thanks again for the assist.
Who are you?
Hey, good to see you again. Still think there might be room for me on your crew?
I have no idea who you are anymore.
No worries. Plenty of work left to do in the solar system.
Are you that one guy I bought the artifact
Leyland's
off
been
for
going
saving
on
for
about the
something?
heart of Mars again. When's she gonna give it a rest?
Unless you're here to serve me another drink, you can turn around and walk away. Hey, why don't you say that a little louder? I don't think every single UC guard in Sidonia heard you. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I think we can help you with this. If you've got a whole shipment of this stuff, you're going to need to move it fast. But you're going to have to do something for us first. Right down to business! And no small talk. I like it.
I see no good reason why we should have any extra dealings with the likes of you.
Lady, if you want me to move that shipment for your pal here, you're going to do whatever the hell I want. You got that? Now listen up, because I'm not going to repeat myself. I need you to deal with a miner who's racked up a bunch of debt. He probably spent it all on booze, not that I blame him. Either way, I want that money back.
Alright. So, yeah, I'll get it done.
Perfect. His name's Carl Fielding. I think you'll find him wandering around the Deimos miners' quarters. Don't worry, you can't miss him. Just look for the most miserable-looking guy in the entire place.
We're not going to ask too many questions, we're just going to go do the job. We're going to make it seem like we're a perfect candidate. We'll get you money, we're not going to ask questions, we'll do what we're told. Everything going to be alright. Alright, let's go find our guy.
How's it?
Over here.
If you know anyone in need of food or shelter.
Hey, you.
Something I can help you with?
Adler Kemp. Who the heck is that?
Very convincing.
Adler, you said? Nope. I think you have me mixed up with someone else. Look, I'm tired. It's been a long day in the mines. I just want to go home, wash off the dust, and relax. This has been fun, though. Whatever.
Whatever. Well, yeah.
Adler. Oh! Wait! You mean that Adler? Yeah, sorry. I thought you were talking about someone else. I told him I'd pay up next week when Deimos cuts our next profit share check. I'll even bring it to him personally. Sound good? Yeah?
Yeah, well... Yeah, he really wants that money now.
What the heck do you want me to do, then? Huh? Look, I haven't got a single credit to spare right now. Okay? You can't squeeze blood from a stone. You know? Right?
Clearly this man has never seen how hard I can squeeze.
Word? Yeah, I don't care about the money. Even though I keep saying I support my family. Just stop doing it, man.
Holy crap. Really? You do that for me? Wow. I don't even know what to say. Thank you. For everything. And don't worry. I'll never borrow anything from Adler again. I promise.
What did you need? If you have the time, I wish to speak to you.
Alright, she wants to talk again. What could this be about?
I have been thinking about what we talked about before. The idea of purpose in one's life. You agreed with me that true purpose can be a driving force in life. I found that comforting, but something has been nagging at me since. I have been single-minded in my pursuits. I have always believed the decisions I made were necessary, that there was no other option. I have sacrificed much to be where I am now. And I'm starting to wonder if it has been worth it.
Yeah, I think you're the only person that can answer that.
I know. I have told you that I am not one to discuss my past. And yet...
Well, yeah, whatever you've done, I don't hold it against you, because it's not something you've done since I've known you, you know?
No, that is not what I'm trying to say. I promised to provide for my family. That meant working with smugglers to procure supplies we could not acquire any other way. I have spent my adult life away from my home, jumping from one planet to the next, living in dangerous conditions, often surrounded by violence.
Yeah, it seems to have taken a toll on you. I mean, that's very clear.
It certainly influenced the way I see the universe. I was convinced from the beginning that it was unwise to let anyone get too close. I had, maybe not quite friends, but people I cared about. Yet there was always a distance I could not reach across. I often find other people complicated and confusing. It seemed easier to not become attached, especially when circumstances meant I might never see them again, with no warning.
There's different ways that work for everybody. But generally, people are social creatures. They'll get lonely if they can't talk to somebody, you know, unless they never have the opportunity to interact with another human being. I don't know, you're stranded on an island or, you know, so on and so forth. But, you know, you gotta talk to somebody at some point.
Until now, I have disagreed strongly with that idea. But therein lies my concern. What I am trying to say is that I now wonder whether it has been the right decision to distance myself from others.
Yeah, I'm here if you ever want to talk. And you keep asking for it, so, you know, if that works for you.
I appreciate that more than you know.
Alright, that was a nice little talk.
Do you have a child or children between the ages of 5 to 18? Enroll them in the
Get out of here. Main level. Anyway. That's one thing I really enjoyed about the companions in this game, is they had a lot more depth to them. In Fallout 4, they were starting to get to that point. I don't think it was nearly as good.
Always nice to kick back at the Broken Spear after a long...
But when I get into Starfield, this is my honest opinion. I think the companion storylines are maybe even comparable, if not better, than the main quest. My biggest complaint about this game was the main quest. And once we get into that, I'll explain a lot more about it. But why am I out here? See, I'm doing too busy. I'm yapping too much, and then I run away from my objectives. Anyway, my point that I'm trying to make is that when I got through the main story of Starfield, I didn't really care. I didn't really feel strongly about it because the end game, you know, there's just not much to say about it.
They're surprisingly sneaky.
There's a great story built into the world here, even if it's a little bit generic. The depth is put into the NPCs and your companions that you feel something more for them than you care about the story that's going on around you.
Hey, I think we
Have something for me?
Yeah, here's your money.
Well, would you look at that? I knew that bum was holding out on me. He going to be a problem anymore? Or did he get the message?
He got the message.
Nice. Nice. You're kind of a natural at this. Leaning on deadbeats comes easy to you. I like that. You know, if you like this kind of work, I can get you more. A lot more. You think you can handle running with my, associates?
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. I like your style. All right. I'll call ahead and get a hold of Neva Mora. She's second to the big boss himself. Head out to Europa. You'll find her there. I suggest you listen to whatever she has to say. Oh, and I've taken care of that Aurora shipment for you too. Don't spend all that cash in one place.
Is something amiss?
Get in the Vanguard.
Alright, let's pour it out there and... wonder if there's anything I can find.
The faces change. Bad guys are still bad guys, you know.
Detonation occurs in 5, 4,
It is
3, 2, 1.
had to cancel my vacation. Again.
As I'm hidden.
Neva, sit down, have a drink. So, smooth jump into the Soul system? UC security hassle you?
Cut the crap, Adler, and let's make this quick. There's only so long I can stand a stink of minor sweat and stale beer.
Okay, take it easy. Here's the fleet's kickback, just like I promised.
What is this bullshit? This is half. Half of what you promised.
No reason to get upset, sweetie. Security around Sidonia's been cracking down, and it's tough to get the Deimos marks to play ball. That means I'm spending big on bribes, covering lost shipments. This isn't exactly like running a pharmacy out here, you know.
Two things, Adler. And I will make this simple enough so even a total imbecile like yourself can understand. One, I don't give a damn about your excuses. You owe us the agreed amount on time every month. And two, you call me sweetie ever again, and I'll shove my knife so far up your ass that people will mistake you for a unicorn.
Okay. Sorry, Neva. I'll make it work. Here's the rest.
That's more like it. I'll see you in a month.
Alright, so even this guy
Particle decimation concluded. It is now safe.
is just a victim in the long scale.
We have
Certainly he didn't do the best things either, but he's just a middleman, not anything either.
Is not tolerated for Sidonian City Ordinance 5.82.
Alright. Let me outside and we'll port it onto our ship and way the hell away from Mars. Wherever Europa is. So every time we interact with somebody, we should probably
we shall be on the Look who finally had the guts to show up. So, big shot. I hear Adler thinks you're good enough to join our crew.
Yeah, damn right I am.
You betting your life on that? Because the only way out of our organization is with a warhead up your grav drive. So, before I put you to work, let's get everything out in the open. I don't know if Adler mentioned it, and for his sake, I hope he hasn't. But you aren't about to sign up with any average pirate crew. You're signing up with the Crimson Fleet. That's if you get through this little task I have planned for you. There's a medical supply ship called the Ragana, jumping into Enceladus's orbit. On board that ship, you'll find a traitor named Austin Rake. I want him dead.
Alright, you want this guy dead. I don't care about your reasons. I'm just gonna talk to him, not kill him.
It's done when Rake stops breathing. Head back here when you're finished. And don't keep me waiting for long.
Alright, we are being tasked to go and murder some random.
I've been tracking Rick for months. He's making it tough, not gonna lie. He changes his location and identity so often, it's costing me a small fortune just to keep tabs. But you know what? It's worth every damn cred. He's made me look like a fool in front of Delgado, and I'm gonna have his head on a pike.
Alright. I guess enough for me. We're gonna go find this ship. We're not gonna kill the guy, but I'm gonna make it look like we're gonna kill the guy. Well, best I can anyway. I'm gonna see if I can dock on their ship, and we will yell at them.
Dmitry Moldavsky. All right. And what are your intentions with these crewmen? Oh, God. I do not know.
It would be wise for you to take this offer. It shows more mercy than you know.
Well, normally I would say no, but frankly, it will be safer for us that way. All right. You can dock. We will talk then.
We are not gonna kill the guy. Now this is part of what we talked about with Sysdef. We are going to be the good guys. We are not going to kill anyone if we can spare them. And we're going to try to find any extra proof here that we can. Hello.
I am not sure what to make of you being here. If you wanted to kill us, you could have done that from your ship. If you wanted our cargo, we could have jettisoned it. I guess I should just stop talking and let you say your piece.
Yeah, that might help. So. Yeah.
That is true. Which means you don't want somebody to know what you are really up to. Now, do you mind telling us what this is all about?
So, the fleet want this guy dead, but I don't want him dead.
You really do not know which one of us is Rake, do you? And you do not seem to care either, which makes me think you really want to save him. Okay, I have idea. We can strike his name from Manifest, make it so he was never on board. Then, when we dock, we will leave him on this ship and deliver him to another port.
Yeah, if you deliver him to Sysdef...
That is fair. We do not want any part of the fleet. Is that all right with you, Austin?
Do I have a choice?
It does not appear you do. Well then, it is agreed. You go back to your ship and we will make sure Rake was never on ours. And in case any of your handlers get suspicious, here. We had an extra crate of supplies loaded, in case one got damaged. This should be proof you were not here to bargain.
Now, who was he talking to? This guy?
So now what? They're gonna put me in a Sysdef prison? I'm not saying it's worse than death, but it's pretty damn close.
Are you really sure about that? You could be dead. I could have murdered you, and I saved your life. I could do something nice now and then, you know? Oh, gotta be back on my ship, I guess. It's very finicky. Sometimes it works, and other times it's like, nope, you can't do that. Alright, try again. Set course. Do I really have to... Don't make me do this. Oh my... Why does it make a difference now? Wasn't doing that with any other ship, but on this one it's like, nope, you can't do that. No teleporting for you. Ugh. Weird things that happen in Bethesda games.
Damn mercs just don't know how to take a hit. Hey, Rook, wanna help me with some target practice?
Yeah, sure. Voila. There we go. Ooh. Oh, come on, no. I don't really want to redo space fights. I hate this. Come on, get back here.
Is that your best shot?
Can you loot you? Please?
I need those shields back online!
Just want to loot you. Come here. Okay. Oh. I guess I'm the only target.
Rip your ship to shreds!
Come on, get back here. Get in my loot, and then I'll talk to you. I know there's one behind me too, but I'm not gonna get both of them because I'm lazy. I'm here. Ooh, credits. All I needed. And you, hail.
Thanks for the help with the Cliptic. I had it under control, but it definitely went faster after you jumped into the fight. Now tell me about the Ragana. Give me some good news, then we can go celebrate.
He's dead. Ship survived.
Huh. No kidding. That'll make Delgado happy, seeing as our hands are clean. I would have preferred if you hadn't left witnesses behind, but at least you got the job done. Anyway, you wanted into the Crimson Fleet? Well, you're in. Yep, it's that simple. Hope this business with Rakes taught you something. Because I'm about to stick my neck out and vouch for you. If you screw up, and I wind up looking like an asshole, I'm gonna send someone after you. We clear?
Oh yeah, you're so clear and scary.
Yeah? Last person who said that was Rake. So you've already dug yourself a hole about 6 feet deep. And now that you know the deal, it's time to see what you signed up for. I'm gonna upload the coordinates for our headquarters in the Crick system. Spacers call it the key, the fleet calls it home. Head out there as soon as you can. Don't keep me waiting long.
Joining the Crimson Fleet is hardly a cause for celebration. But you have your reasons. So for now, I will allow it.
Why did she say that on there? Oh, whatever. Let's go back and report it in. We'll turn in that evidence we picked up. And then we'll end it there. I've never messed with the shipbuilding on here either, so I have no idea what's really possible to make. Maybe that's something I'll get into off camera. Let's see what I can do. They should get a new ship at some point, though.
Everything seems to be where we left it.
Conde wants to see you. Follow me.
Oh yeah, I assume he would. That's why I'm here.
I had a friend on the Ragana. I hope I'll be able to see him next time we're on shore leave.
Yeah, hopefully. I didn't kill anyone, so... Alright.
I miss the sun on Jamison. Once I get time off...
We got the message from the Ragana about Austin Rick. We had him dropped off at a separate port, off the books. Suffice to say, he's got a lot to answer for.
Well, I'm glad he surrendered.
That's a smart line to follow. Part of this role you're playing means having to make hard choices. Just remember not to lose yourself in the part.
We did our best not to cross the line, but the more we do, the more we risk exposing the deception.
Oh, one more thing before we move on. For transparency's sake, you should know we were the ones that hired Ecliptic to attack Neva's ship. There was concern after what happened with the Ragana that you might have trouble earning Neva's trust. Coming to her rescue ensured that would not be a problem.
So you did just send some interesting people to their death, I suppose.
Ah, so I take it you have good news. Were you able to join the fleet?
Yeah, I'll be on my way out there.
Then it worked. You're in. Sounds like everything is going as expected. Now it's time for the next phase of the mission.
Our intel on Searsha was correct. After we received reports on your interaction with Adler Kemp, we picked up on your rendezvous with Neva Mora.
Our files indicate she's second in command, so getting on her good side will ensure you get into the Crimson Fleet.
Well, she already said I'm in, so according to plan.
Yes, you passed your first test and you're still alive. But before we get too confident, that either means she suspects nothing, or she intends to make an example of you later. Just remember, these are ruthless criminals, so don't let your guard down.
And their ruthlessness is only surpassed by their cunning. You should proceed with caution, regardless of how well you think you've ingratiated yourself.
So what's next for you on Neva's agenda?
Oh, she wants to meet at the key.
Excellent. If you're heading to the key, I assume you'll be meeting Delgado soon.
Delgado is the leader of the Crimson Fleet. I have a profile here with some information on his background. You'll want to know the individual cadences of every member of the fleet, but Delgado's most of all.
What is there to know? He is pirate scum, like all of them.
Exactly. The Crimson Fleet is not a monolith. Any information you have on its members can only help. In any case, now that you're with the fleet, you'll be operating independently. We will shadow you eventually, but we'll need to maintain our distance for now, especially while you're on the key. This will also give us time to bolster our defenses, should we need to engage with the fleet in the future.
Sir, on that note, shall we begin implementing the upgrade to our shields?
Immediately, Lieutenant. Notify the engineers and relay the information to the crew. I hope your entry into the fleet has overcome any doubts you may have had regarding your mission. It certainly increased my estimates on success. Keep up the good work. We'll expect further reports. Dismissed.
Alright, cool.
First mission in the books and no casualties. Good work.
On top of that,
Things are progressing
here's your
rather
evidence.
quickly. Well done. Let's see what you found. Interesting. Looks like he's been meeting up regularly with Neva Mora to transfer goods and cash from Sidonia. Which means the Crimson Fleet's just lost one of their drop points. That should set them back a bit. Find anything else?
That's it for now.
Okay, fine. I know there's more out there, so keep on it. Good luck on the key.
Alright, and with that done, this is where we're going to leave this episode. We just joined the Crimson Fleet, and we're going to take them down from the inside for the United Colonies and UC Sysdef. And I think this is going to be another great segue into a great storyline with the Crimson Fleet. I really enjoyed this one. I hope you're there to watch and come along on that journey with me. But
well, if it isn't my old partner.
the
Vanguard get rid of you?
Never mind.
I thought it was a volunteer force.
Anyway, I will see you in the next episode. Please leave a like, subscribe, leave a comment, and tell me more about what's going on for you. I mean, if you're enjoying this, I want to know. I love making these videos, I love playing these games. I just love to hear what you think about them.
Good to have you back.
And otherwise, I'll see you in the next video.